And with that, our coverage of Day 2 of the NHL Draft ends off right here. The Montreal Canadiens had 2 7th-round picks. I wanted to combine them in a video just because it was a little bit easier. But, interestingly enough, they did not use their own 7th-round pick in this selection. They had 2 of them from Washington and from Edmonton, acquired, of course, in various trades. So, let's talk about the 2 guys the Canadiens ended off their draft with, starting out with Makar Khanin. This is not a guy that I think most people are familiar with, but he did play for Dynamo St. Petersburg in the VHL. 19 years old, 6 feet, 161, right-handed right-wing guy, an overage player who will hopefully mesh a little bit well with Ivan Demidov as they both enter the Canadiens organization at the same time. He was only ranked 1 place, 132nd overall by McKeen's Hockey, and he was taken 210th, and this season he had scored himself 27 points in 35 VHL games, 9 points in 7 games in the MHL. This is a really good number because this is the 2nd-tier pro league in Russia, so this guy as an 18, 19-year-old was able to compete and roughly get a point-per-game-ish mark. 9 goals, 18 assists is a pretty good ranking here as well. And there were some things mentioned about him online, like this. Dylan Griffin, who primarily does stuff for EP Ringside, he said that Makar Khanin, selected by the Canadiens, is a draft +1 winger who had spent this season in the VHL. He's got good skill and pace, although Griffin did not have him ranked. And attached is a video clip of Khanin going out there and doing his thing, scoring some points. He's doing some pretty good work there with Dynamo St. Petersburg. Of course, there isn't like the biggest, most amazing potential here, but it's still interesting to note that a skilled Russian player with good pace was available in this spot and the Canadiens decided to take him. Overage players also have usually more wonky development paths when you try to compare them with other guys. Last year, though, when Khanin was eligible for the draft, he only had 19 points in 47 games, which is why he wasn't taken. That's not really a good number of production for a guy who is supposed to be an offensive-leaning winger. But the other pick that the Montreal Canadiens had in this year's draft in the 7th round, 224th overall, the second last pick of the entire draft out of the Skellefteå AIK junior team, it is Rasmus Bergqvist. Now, unlike Makar Khanin, who actually has stuff written about him online, Rasmus Bergqvist has nothing. 19 years old, 6'2", 181, left-handed defenseman, not ranked anywhere, but taken by Montreal as a defensive defenseman. Take a look at the numbers here. He had 12 points in 36 games played with Skellefteå's junior team. If you wanted to take a look at this, I mean, he did have 3 points in 9 games in the playoffs, which was good to see. He bolstered up his production with 1 3-point game, a goal and 2 assists, so he kind of outdid himself in that one game against Levshunov IF. But Skellefteå did have quite a few guys that were noteworthy. Oscar Voulay was eventually taken by the Carolina Hurricanes. Either way, though, Rasmus Bergqvist is another Montreal Canadiens defensive prospect being added on to the long list of Canadiens defensive prospects that already exist. Of course, though, he is a little bit older. He's 19 years old, born in 2005, so we'll see how Bergqvist meshes with this Canadiens development system. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about these final 2 pickups, Makar Khanin and Rasmus Bergqvist for the Montreal Canadiens in the 7th round. I hope you enjoyed this video, and bye.